And there's the beginning of the parade with Sergeant Myers and Aubrey riding along in the parade, always leading the way.
And what's incredible today, John, is that it is probably a good 90 degrees right now, and yet never fails. The streets are packed with people, and I think this year, maybe before ever, parade chairs started lining up, I think toward like June 23rd or something.
Middle of May.
Pretty early on.
Every year they seem to get a little bit further out.
Well, it just shows you how important this parade and this festival is to our community.
So we've got Deputy Tony Ball, Eric Rustad, and Kent Tischler from the Kettering Police Department, letting everybody see their motorcycle skills. Kids always love them. And right behind them, we've got the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office coming up.
And I don't know what we're going to estimate crowds at today, John. What do you think so far? I mean, it is packed.
Coming up from the festival, it didn't look like that much, but I think everybody was up here.
I think everybody was anticipating the parade. And we can see there are lots of folks lining the streets. Of course, we're on East and West Franklin Street is where the parade route goes from Centerville High School down to Klein Elementary School. I think today we're going to have about 120 units, probably be about an hour and a half parade, but we'll see how quickly things get moving. And I think what we're excited about is that Centerville is celebrating our 50th anniversary as a city. And so we've got some really cool floats this year. I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Some nice additions to an already huge parade.
I think anybody who comes down throughout the city, you'll see our banners celebrating our 50th. And of course, as you know, we were founded in 1796, but became a city in 1968. So that's part of the theme this year. And here comes our VFW with our good friends in the Post 9550.
The ladies and gentlemen that part of the VFW are the reason we have the 4th of July. We certainly appreciate everything they've done for us.
Absolutely. We could not be here without their service. And we've got Ez Vitale there giving everybody a big wave as well. Following that, we have some additional VFW folks, and those are all good folks. Of course, the city partners with the VFW for our Memorial Day ceremony and our Veterans Day ceremony, and we very much enjoy working with them.
It's always an honor when our honor guard is able to pair up with them for the different ceremonies.
Right, and you're part of that, so you know.
We really do.
A lot of those guys have many, many years of service. And to stand out there for that hour,
oh yes,
it can get pretty
hot
toasty.
Or cold, it doesn't matter. They're out there because they understand the price of having the freedoms that we do.
And here we go. We're getting started with always the Scouts from Boy Scout 516. They've got the American flag, and that is always such a sight to see.
Yes.
They'll be coming down. I don't know how many Scouts are taking part in that, but I have to give a shout out to all Scouts because they've really helped with the festival this year. Of course, the festival is coordinated by a group of volunteers. It's called the Centerville, Washington Township Americana Festival Committee. And a lot of these Scouts were out working yesterday, helping set up, and it's just kind of like magic overnight, John, you know. One day,
all of a sudden,
booths
bam,
pop
we're in the
up,
middle of Americana.
and then come 5 o'clock, you'll have no idea. Well, come 6 o'clock, I guess.
Come 6 o'clock, yes. We'll get the street sweepers through, and it's like it never happened.
It's pretty incredible.
What an awesome sight.
Yeah.
Scouts out learning great lessons in life and showing tribute to our country, and love the flag. I think we have the Centerville Community Band coming down the lane here.
They had their concert last night in the rain, troopers that they are, along with the Centerville Community Chorus, so we always enjoy listening to them. They've got a couple more concerts yet this season, so make sure you check them out. You can go to their website or go to the city's website, centervilleohio.gov, and see their next lineup.
And I'll give a shout out right now to Sandy's Towing. Not only did they provide the community band with the great transportation, but they're also providing us this wonderful platform that we're calling the parade from today. So thank you, Sandy's Towing, for all you do. They're great community partners.
You know it. Yeah, we would not be having this gorgeous view of the parade had it not been for them.
We'd be trying to look around everyone instead of sitting up above them. And here comes our Grand Marshal. And the new Grand Marshal banner.
Joyce Young is the Grand Marshal, a longtime community volunteer, just recently retired Washington Township trustee, and she's on a float with
Dale Berry, Sharon Lowry, Scott Paulson, and Fiscal Officer Gary Smiga. They're also joined by Jesse Lytle and costumed characters from the Town Hall Theater celebrating this year's 4th.
So we're giving all them a big wave. And of course, that's our theme, working together, celebrating 50 years of the Centerville history. So we're pretty excited about that.
I think we have our
first Mayor's Award winner. Oh, this is a great float because these folks are all representing our theme from the various entities in Centerville and Washington Township. So we have in that float Lucy Sanchez, who is past Board of Trustees with Centerville Washington Park District. Bruce Robertson, of course, good friend of ours.
Yeah.
Retired Police Chief Steve Feverson, representing Centerville Washington History. Kim Paris, who is the Executive Director of the Library. Lee Snyder, and Dr. David Rohr. So we're so glad to see all of them as part of the parade. And look at that gorgeous horse-drawn carriage.
We've got to give a shout out to the freshman football players
Yeah,
following the horses.
There's some big freshmen there.
Yes.
Hey, here comes Centerville Pride for us. This is our Centerville City Council coming down here.
Mayor Brooks Compton, Deputy Mayor Belinda Kenley, and council members John Beals, Mark Ingert, John Poucher, Joanne Rao, and Bill Sayre. And that truck being driven by our own Public Works Director, Doug Spittler.
Council!
Looks like Mayor Compton might have brought a few grandchildren with him today, too. And Americana Festival President, Arno Weller.
Boy, he's done an awesome job. And you know who his driver? Doug Pence.
Oh, yeah. Mary Lou let him out for the day.
Mary Lou's going to be on her own float here coming up. And there goes Duke Lunsford. Of course, he's the Executive Director of the Americana Festival Committee.
Longtime fixture of the Americana Festival,
and quickly followed by Mike Turner, Congressman Mike Turner.
Mike Turner coming through in his vintage vehicle there. He proudly serves as your representative in Washington, D.C. since 2002. Doesn't seem like that long ago.
Oh, yeah.
And
so this is what we always like, our lulls in the parade. We'll see what's coming down here.
Yeah.
Ooh, people seem to be
Congressman
holding
Turner
up okay.
was coming through pretty quick. Looks like Mr. Renace's taking his time.
Is he walking or driving?
They're walking,
He's
yes.
walking. Well, I understand that because although the parade starts at 10, these folks have been lining up since at least 8:30.
Yes.
Oh, and they've got
Jim Renace.
fun bubbles to go for people.
And I believe right behind him is another one of our elected officials, Jim Butler.
And
Jim's always a fixture at all of
I was
our
going to
events.
say,
We
very
run into
active
him all the
in the
time.
Centerville community,
He
very
is-
supportive of activities as well.
He's our state representative of the 41st House District, which includes Centerville and Kettering.
You know, last evening we honored Joyce Young as the Grand Marshal at the Grand Marshal's reception, and both Jim Butler and Niraj Atani were there to show their support for the festival and also to give thanks to Joyce for all her work throughout the community.
I don't know how he has enough time in the day to do all the things. He's at different events all the time.
Yeah, I know. And always so pleasant, right?
Yes. Always has a smile on his face. And he always brings an entourage.
Ah, yeah. We'll give a big wave. We want to give a shout out too to our good friends here at Miami Valley Communications Council who are actually helping us show this to you live on Channel 5. We're also streaming live on Facebook, so to all our Facebook friends, we're glad you're watching. But big group of volunteers here helping us make this happen so everyone can enjoy the parade, not only today, but throughout the year, because of course you'll be able to watch it
Over and over and hear our lovely voices.
Yes.
So if you're ever lonely, just turn on the recording and you can listen to Maureen and I.
Yeah. When you're lonely, just give us a call on your or on our YouTube channel for the city. I'm trying to see what's going on here.
We've got another one of those famous lulls in
We also want to thank our police officers. I see Lieutenant Levine out here, and you all have been out at 5 a.m., John? Is that when you start?
We start rolling into the police department about 5 a.m. We have a 6 o'clock briefing, and then all the roads are shut down by 7.
And, of course, we've got fire out here, too, public works crews with Centerville. So we think it really takes a village. It takes all of the community working together to put this festival together.
It's hard to imagine it's been my 26th Americana Festival.
Oh,
Maureen.
it is? I think it's mine, too, because we came on together. That's right. Coming down now, we have Judge Eric Blaine. He's one of your Montgomery County Court of Common Pleas judges. Since 2017, Judge Blaine has presided over 1,300 cases, including the most serious criminal felony cases, as well as complex civil cases. Judge Blaine is certified by the Ohio Supreme Court to hear capital cases. And it looks like they're on bicycles.
Judge Blaine's a good partner as well. I know he's involved in the Wills for Heroes program. We've talked to him where they help first responders prepare wills, so he's a big help for us there too.
I'm jealous because you're in the shade. I did not get shade today, so I'm going to be walking around trying to catch some.
I can move over.
Oh, will that make it work as we're live here?
Oh.
I think standing for me is a little bit better anyway. I don't know about you. What do you? No, you can't stand. You're too tall, John.
I just have to lean back a little bit.
Thank you for the kindness. That was very
Oh, and here's Niraj. I was wondering, we got a little bit out of order. Niraj Antani, our state representative. He represents Washington Township in the Ohio House of Representatives.
And he's another one who's very supportive, comes to a lot of community events, and makes sure that he talks to all of his constituents. He's
a regular fixture across this area. I see him pop up in all kinds of meetings and festivals.
Well, that's a vintage truck there that he's riding, or has as well, isn't it?
Old Chevy. And right behind Niraj Antani is Jeff Riesebeck, state representative of the 43rd District here in Ohio. He served 2 terms in the House and has been a tireless supporter of children and families in Montgomery and Preble counties. And he was just recently appointed a judge here, I believe, in Montgomery County. I think I read that in the paper. So if it's in the paper, it must be true. And we got some hula hoopers. I would imagine they're going to be worn out by the time they get to the end. It's We're trying to survive the heat out here. Maureen stepped away for a moment, so I'm on my own.
You're on your own, Phil. Thank you. It's a scorcher, I have to say, so I apologize for that. Just looking for a little bit of respite here. Thanks for sharing your shade. All right, that's good. So here's a new name for a lot of people, Russell Joseph. He is our new clerk of courts, and I think everybody remembers Greg Brush, so I don't know what Russ Joseph can hand out, because remember Greg Brush always handed out toothbrushes.
Yes, he was always known for his toothbrushes.
He was known for his toothbrushes.
But we wish Greg well in his retirement.
Yeah, he had quite a career, so we welcome to Mr. Joseph, and we thank Mr. Brush for his service.
Mr. Joseph brought along his entourage as well. And right behind them is Carolyn Rice, the Montgomery County Treasurer. She lived in Centerville with her husband Mike for the last 36 years.
Yeah, and also a good friend of ours who very supportive of a lot of Centerville activities, and we're glad to see her in her decked out car there. Here comes Carl Keith.
Not far behind her is Carl Keith, Montgomery County Auditor. In 2016, he won the Ohio Government Finance Officers Association Lifetime Achievement Award.
Well, that is an achievement.
Always keeping an eye on the books.
And of course, we're obviously going through a lot of elected and appointed officials here throughout the parade, and so some are walking, some are driving, and are being driven. So
I think it's
Kinda
always
makes the
good
pace
that
a little
people can
bit.
put a face with a name.
Yes.
I know they see the name on the ballot, but it's always great to see them out and in the community. And just behind them, we've got looks like we've got
Brandon McLean, a Montgomery County recorder, veteran, a lawyer, and former judicial officer who enjoys serving citizens, all of our citizens within Montgomery County. And everybody's got a good wave down today, so it's hot, but the wave is working well.
I've got Ober Homes,
who is a sponsor this year of the festival. We appreciate their support and the support of all the festival sponsors. As we've said, it takes a large group of folks to put this together, and certainly the sponsors are a big part of that. So we appreciate the support of sponsors.
Ober has over 65 years of custom building experience you can trust. If you're looking for a custom home, you won't be disappointed. Look for Ober Homes.
Look at this lovely dance. This is a traditional Chinese dance that we're going to see. I don't know if that's called Huapayo. It showcases...
Pao? Maybe Pao?
Maybe. We apologize, but it's a
but I didn't brush up on my
beautiful costumes,
Chinese.
A lovely, delicate dance. Red lantern and blue and white porcelain dances, and look at that beautiful movement and dance.
This is certainly a new entry.
This
I
is
don't
a new
remember
entry,
him.
yes, and it is beautiful.
This is very interesting. I want one of their parasols to keep the sun off of me.
Ah, that would be nice. Oh, here comes our 50th anniversary
There's
float.
our 50th anniversary float. If you've been to any city events, you've seen the smaller version of that where Maureen will have you drop your raffle tickets in. 50 years as a city.
Oh, here comes a flyover, too.
And right behind them, the Centerville Special
Hopefully we can
Elks
catch
track.
that flyover.
We always get to meet and talk to these wonderful athletes when we do the law enforcement torch run for Special Olympics, where we are fundraising to send as many athletes as we can to the state games.
And when you went and did that run this year, it was pretty soggy day, wasn't it?
Yes, we got a little bit wet.
Yeah.
And always a crowd favorite, the Washington Township Fire Department. Everybody loves the big red trucks.
Now, we're not hearing the sirens go off, which is probably a good thing.
They wouldn't
One thing
hear
we
us.
should talk about, too, John, is
You spoke too soon.
Oh.
Hear 'em?
The security that the police and fire, the city and the township have worked together to make sure that, you might notice if you're here at the festival, big trucks blocking major roadways, right?
Planning for this year started during the event last year. We met afterwards and talked about the things that went right, things that could done better, and we've worked it out. And it is very much a partnership between the police department and the fire department in providing safety.
Yeah, and that is our number one priority. So you may see it as a little bit of a hassle trying to get through things, but really it has to be done.
There is a method to our madness, right. I promise you.
And actually, those barricades made national news as a way that police are using public works safety trucks as another deterrent to any type of safety hazard.
We want everyone to be able to come, enjoy the festival, and not have to worry about those things.
Well, that's just another one of the things that it's one day where you can kind of step away and not think about your work or anything else that's happening. And we're still here with more fire trucks.
The Washington Township retired firefighters and various historic trucks. The retired firefighters would like to invite you to this year's Ice Cream Social, which is always a crowd favorite.
Yeah, that's August 12th, right? Yeah.
And right behind that is certainly a great message.
Yes.
Move over, Ohio. It's the law. Make sure you're moving over for emergency vehicles on the side of the road. We just need that little extra room so that we don't have tragedies like we had in 1998.
Right, and as a police officer, John, you know that more than anyone. It doesn't take a whole lot to see. When you see those lights, make sure you get over. And I know how much you all appreciate that when folks do follow that, and it is the law.
Yes, and we've got the little ones in the wagons, a Great Start Preschool, past, present, and future students and families of Great Start Preschool. They're located at Southminster Church in Centerville. Always great to see the kids get out and get involved. I know they get a big kick out of coming up between all the...
And here comes our
Sons of American Revolution. The Richard Montgomery chapter of the Ohio Society of the American Revolution. Founded in 1889 and chartered by Congress in 1906. The Dayton Charter was formed on March 12, 1912.
Here's the Centerville, Washington History Float. Centerville, Washington History is 52 years old. They collect and preserve the history of Centerville and Washington Township. They operate 3 museums and a research center downtown. So they have the Walton House Museum, the Aaron Nutt Cottage, the Ashel Wright House, and then the Ashel Wright Museum. And of course, this right now, they've got the exhibit on the Centerville history. So stop in and see that.
Right behind them was the Visiting Angels. We're your trusted home care provider in the Dayton area, including Centerville, Kettering, and Beaver Creek.
Nice sponsor of the festival. We appreciate that.
And certainly a group of men and women that we owe a lot to, the Marine Corps League, Detachment 271. Hoorah! Here come the Marines. The Marine Corps League is organized to help Marines and Naval Corpsmen from active, reserve, retired, and veterans. Thank you so much for what you do. And one of our sponsors, Burke Orthodontics. One of our sponsors of the Americana Parade, helping people embrace their smiles with braces and Invisalign.
A very nice sponsor for the scholarships and also for entertainment. And if you're watching this live and coming down to the festival later, make sure you stop by Burke Orthodontics for some really cool entertainment.
Following the Burke Orthodontics banner is the Dayton Quest Center. It's a first-year sponsor and has been the premier martial arts school in Centerville for 20 years.
Now, it looks like they're going to do some cool demonstrations here.
Their slogan is Unleash Your Potential for Life's Mastery Through Martial Arts.
Let's do it, John. I'm unleashing my potential.
Yes. And here comes the Carlisle House. Locally owned and operated through long-standing Dayton family tradition, the Carlisle House offers the community a fresh new approach to assisted living care.
Here come the middle school, followed by the high school cheerleaders, leading us in a big elk cheer. Are you proud to be an elk? Yes, of course you know EPND, right?
We're looking at the 2018-19 Centerville Middle School cheerleaders and high school cheerleaders. Sure, it's not hot out there on the parade route at all.
Uh-oh, I hear the band.
Yes, here they come.
Centerville Jazz Band, right?
The Centerville Jazz Band, the largest student organization at Centerville High School. The band can be seen at all football games plus contests both locally and nationally. And Maureen, I'm going to defer to you on the Soaring Sounds.
Soaring Sounds this year is July 30th.
Yes.
It's at Centerville High School. They have a great lineup of drum corps coming in. It's a wonderful fundraiser also for the band. You can go to soaringsounds.org for more information. And if you've not seen these kids, make sure you come out and do it because there's a lot of talent. It's not exactly marching band. It's a little bit different level of the marching band. They sound great. You know, my husband and I were somewhere a couple of weeks ago, and we said we're from Centerville, and the people said, oh, Centerville Jazz Band? We, of course, had kids in band, but that just shows you how far-reaching we were in Indiana, the band's reputation is.
It's always interesting to see where all the bands come from for the Soaring Sounds all around the country.
Yeah.
right behind the jazz band are the Centerville High School co-eds, the varsity dance team in their 58th season, directed by Tennille Redmond. And a whole list of names here. Team captains led by senior captain Mackenzie Neary, Captain Molly Shooter, and squad leaders Emily Edwards, Chloe Mann, and many more. Team competes in jazz. It's an abbreviation. I'm sorry, I do not know.
You know what's so great about the co-eds?
As well as hip hop, and they perform locally at Centerville High School.
Sorry, one of the cool things about the co-eds, on the Centerville Facebook page, we are posting Flashback Fridays in honor of our 50th anniversary, and I've been finding some different photos. We had a photo of the co-eds, I'm going to say maybe circa 1980, and oh my gosh, 3,000 and some odd views, all kinds of comments. It really takes people back to high school time. We've posted pictures of the band and other things as well.
We
so
can't forget the junior co-eds.
Oh,
that
I'm
were
sorry,
following
absolutely
them, the
cannot
up and coming.
forget them.
And then co-ed elementary, the Elkettes. Certainly don't want to miss them. And here comes our
Relay for
Life.
Which, of course, our current mayor, Brooks Compton, always participates in, as well as our former mayor, Mark Kingseed. So
yes.
It's a great organization raising money to find a cure for cancer.
The Centerville Washington Foundation banner.
Helping people help our community.
And year in and year out, McCutcheon Music. Since 1988, McCutcheon Music has participated in the Americana Parade. Guitar band Jim McCutcheon, performing with several of his young students.
There's our good friends at Miami Valley Hospital South coming down. Now, last year they rode on their little car as part of their anniversary.
Didn't they do they did the pedal wagon or the pedal buggy.
And that just continues to grow. Yes. Miami Valley South. They're just opening up the rehab center.
There's Joanne walking around with everyone.
She's coming over to hand out fans.
And Chrislyn Johnston following there. You never see Chrislyn very far from Joanne. Doing a fantastic job out there at Miami Valley South.
Oh, and they're spraying the crowd with a little bit of water. Kind of cooling folks off a little bit. I wish they'd get them over this way, John.
And one of the mobile intensive care units there at Miami Valley Hospital, Premier. We're very fortunate to have that in the city.
Yes. And as I said, it continues to grow. And you know, when you go to that emergency room, boy, that triage is awesome because you get it done right there in your room. Oh.
Joyride. Joyride is a car club for kids with special needs. During events, kids can see and ride in high-end cars. It's all about the smiles.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, we got ourselves a Bentley.
I was going to say, there's some sharp-looking cars here.
An Alfa Romeo, an Audi, another Ferrari.
I'm glad you can name those cars because I can't. I'm sure they're
I only know them
cars,
because they're all cars I can't afford.
Yeah, but they're really cool-looking cars.
And it looks like maybe another Audi coming up on the end there. Yes. An R8, I believe, is what that is.
And that's really cool, and that's called Joyride. So for more information, you can check them out. But folks are walking around with posters that say smiles, and you sure can see smiles on those kids' faces. So that's an awesome organization. Here comes the Voss Haas and the whole team at Voss Auto Family. Always a longtime supporter of the Americana Festival, and we're glad to have them here.
The Voss Haas. right here in
I
warm
wonder
and
if,
cheerful Centerville.
I wonder if Haas is a little hot.
I'm going to guess it might be hot there for the
gonna say
Voss Haas
so,
today,
too.
but he's smiling.
Hey, here come our Americana Scholarship Award winners. This is Karina Brady. She goes to Centerville University, and she won the college scholarship, $1,600 from the Americana Festival. All these scholarships are supported by our sponsors, so we appreciate their support. And boy, are these young people not only smart, but very community service oriented and just really super nice people. So we're really proud of them. This is Newper Goyle. I met her also last evening. Of course, they not only were part of the scholarship, they received their scholarships during the Gray Marshal's reception, but then they came and were introduced at the fireworks last night, which was new for us, John.
Yes.
Fireworks on July 3rd. Don't come tonight for fireworks. We won't have any.
We are not going to be here to direct you out.
we are
There won't be any good part. You're probably going to be able to find a really good spot, but I don't think you're going to see a whole lot.
Yeah. And these are our second and third place winners, Tricia Kulkarni and Michael Stewart. Now here's Colin Beach, and boy, he's all decked out in the red,
Yes,
white,
he
and blue.
is. I love the jacket.
He received the Joe Bolus Scholarship for Community Service, so that's pretty cool. And then following, we have our middle school 6th, 7th, and 8th grade winners. So there's a winner in each 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Elizabeth Stearns, Shay Verma, and Jehi Bay. Oh, that was
Emma
a
and
reenactors
Jacob.
of the
Yes.
Women's
That's
Air
a new-
Corps.
that's a new entry.
She just zipped right
Emma's
past.
representing the Women's Air Corps in Jake the 5th Rangers.
Honoring the greatest generation and recently featured at the Memphis Belle unveiling over at the Air Force Museum. I think that's Citivis Bank, right?
Yes. And there's some people near and dear to my heart.
Oh, yes, they are.
The Centerville Citizens Police Academy alumni.
And it looks like I see Jason Johns is in there.
Great group of community members that come out, learn about the police department, and then turn that around and volunteer at all of our events. And it's become a tradition for them to pass out the American flags on the parade route.
Oh, well, and we talk about our volunteer program. Boy, the city is so fortunate to have so many wonderful volunteers. If you're interested in volunteering, you can call the city, 433-7151, or visit our website. But we are very appreciative of the good work that they do.
In
the
the
Centerville Park District.
The Centerville Washington Park District. 1 out of every 3 bites of food you eat is because of pollinators. These pollinators are celebrating their hard work with a tea party, and that's their float today.
Hey, here comes our past, present, and future float. We're so glad to see everybody with Doug Klein, a former council member, Sally Beals, Sergeant Jim Shaughnessy. We've got Phil McLaughlin, who is our volunteer winner. Of course, Mary Lou Pence, one of our longest-serving employees, and Sarah Spittler, who is daughter of Doug Spittler and representing our future. So glad to see all of them today.
I found it entertaining to give Jim a hard time that he's the oldest male employee.
Second old, well, Sandy Heck.
Oh, well, why didn't we put Sandy
Well,
in
we
there?
couldn't get Sandy out here, but 84 is a long time to work
Yes.
for someplace. So we certainly appreciate his service and are glad to have all of them on our float today.
Centerville Health and Rehab Center has their bus going along there. Some riders in there enjoying the parade. I'm sure that's nice and air conditioned. That might be the way to see the parade. And not far there is the Centerville Community Chorus.
I don't know if they'll be singing. They were singing last night.
Yeah, all volunteer group with members from Miami Valley area, providing music to nursing homes, public city events since 1995. The group is directed by Brett Greenwood.
I think they are singing a
We
little
certainly
bit.
don't have a shortage of talented people in our community.
No, and they're all willing to share it, which
They're
is
all
a
willing to
really
lend
nice
it.
thing. Yeah.
To their neighbors.
And can you hear what they're singing? Yankee Doodle Dandy. You want to join in? Getting a little
You're
shout
more
out
than
there.
welcome to, Maureen. These people do not want to hear me sing.
Hey, here come the Clydesdales.
I promise you.
Clean up on aisle 3, right? That
Yes.
was the issue that we were hearing this morning.
Probably some football players that might be following that.
Boy, aren't they gorgeous.
The Clydesdales speak for themselves. What beautiful animals.
And they are hosting the castle, so that's a wonderful organization as well.
Yes, they are.
Look at
Another great partner here in our community.
the castle provides a safe haven for adults with mental disorders, and they look like they're all having a good time. Oh, those Clydesdales are gorgeous. And you're right, we have to have the we'll call it the pooper scooper here.
Yes.
Following.
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah, just
Hey, Culligan man.
Oh.
Isn't that the old
Yeah,
commercial?
yeah.
Hey, Culligan man.
I thought it was pooper scooper. You were gonna
Enjoy
say.
refreshing water from your tap every day. Call Culligan. I might be showing my age by giving
I
out
remember
that
that. No,
slogan.
I think they still do
There
that.
it is. It's on the truck.
Yeah, there she is. Hey, Culligan
I'm not
man.
as old as I thought I was.
No. So we're probably a good halfway through the parade, maybe more than that. And I'm going to estimate, I don't know, I think this is one of the largest crowds we've had. I think everybody had some kind of fan, but we're all hanging in here. This is the
Everyone seems
45th
to
annual
be-
festival, but I think the parade is probably about 32 years old.
I'm going to have to defer to you on that
I'm not
one.
sure, but I'm thinking that's about right.
I can tell you most certainly it's been at least 26.
I know. Isn't that amazing, John? Time goes so quickly.
We've got Mike Myers here. If you're looking to sell your home, call Mike Myers at Iron Gate Realty.
And, Iron Gate was allowing us to use their parking lot this year for some entertainment, so we certainly appreciate that. We have all kinds of entertainment, car show, street fair, all kinds of food. This is a great day to come down to enjoy downtown Centerville.
Coming out through here is the Flying Ace Car Wash, another parade sponsor.
Hey, they're just down the street. They're also in Beaver Creek and Huber Heights, and they are riding in their parade contest
Yes, an old Thunderbird.
1963.
Yes.
Remember that Ace offers amazing unlimited car wash memberships, free vacuums, the friendliest staff, and a big community
Here
support.
comes Ace. Ace himself.
Oh, there he is.
And
I can
followed
hear
up
him.
by an army of football players.
Yeah, I was going to say,
The Centerville Wee Elks.
they're pumped.
Nonprofit organization with programs for football and cheerleading. Providing a positive learning experience for kids in the Centerville area for the past 50 years.
I'm not sure. I just remember all set,
Look at
you
all the
bet,
footballs.
radio, let's go. There's our Wee Elks. And you hear the cheerleaders, too.
The guys are going to have to come up with something. The girls are outdoing them there.
Well, of course. They're loud. They're proud to be an elk. Oh, I remember that cheer from my daughter's days. There's some tiny tots there marching.
Following the Wee Elks cheerleaders is Mark Ryan,
Boy, was he decorated.
group from Remax.
His house was certainly decorated. We should talk about all the businesses that took part in the patriotic decorating contest. Oh, but first we have Tiny Dancers.
Ohio Power Wash. The South Dayton School of Dance here.
Aren't those costumes gorgeous? Wow. Now I'm going to say these lovely young ladies have the wave down perfectly.
Yes, they do. They have perfected it. We'll have to send Sergeant Myers to get with them so he can work on his.
We do want to, real quickly, while we have a little break here, talk about the winners. The Jean Group at 65 West Franklin, Nick Digger's Pub at 29 East Franklin, Alexandria Montessori School at 175 East Franklin, Bill Macy at 190 East Franklin, Burke Orthodontics, 55 North Main Street, and Swoon Salon and Spa, 84 North Main Street. They decorated their homes and businesses and were deemed the best decorated for this year's Americana Festival.
One of our sponsors here, the Goldfish Swim School, specializes in swim lessons for kids aged 4 months to 12 years and is the area's premier swimming destination. So please support this is one of their first years sponsoring here at Americana Parade. And got the Love Bug from Goodwill Easter Sills.
That's pretty cool.
Daisy the VW Bug was donated to the Goodwill Auto Auction and restored. She now promotes peace, love, and goodwill and encourages people to donate. Just one card to support the services for people with disabilities.
Well, that's my motto too. Peace and love. And we appreciate, first of all, a couple of things. The sponsors, we have Ethan Allen, but also our banner carriers who all come from Morningstar Church, and certainly appreciate all the help that they do with the parade as marshals and carrying those banners. So shout out to Gail Wise. Their new pastor is John Decker, and we look forward to working with them throughout the year.
Followed up here by Medics Urgent Care and Occupational Health, located on Feedwire Road. Not far behind them is Hanson Audio, a longtime sponsor. Hanson's Dayton's premier audio and video company with a focus on home theater, hi-fi audio, and home automation for your home or business. They're
Okay,
always
you can
playing
hear
some
the sound.
snazzy music.
We got good sound here.
And right behind Hanson, we've got the Sinclair Community College, the premier two-year university in the state of Ohio, located right here in the Dayton area. Locations in several counties. They now offer some four-year degrees. Save some money, start your degree at Sinclair.
Hey, and you can just go right down the street when they will open in the fall in the former Far Hills Church facility over on Clio Road. Come our dancers from the Epic Dance Academy.
Located right here in Centerville, a family-friendly environment that offers many different styles of dance classes.
Oh, and they're moving and grooving.
Come in for any free trial classes. I don't think you need that,
do
you,
it. Well, I've got the ready to go out and dance with.
I know my limitations. I think I'll keep my moves to myself.
We've got some gymnastics going here too. They are still peppy and ready to roll. See, my favorite are always these little ones.
Following up the tiny dancers, we have the Suites at Walnut Creek. Walnut Creek Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is a continuum of long-term health care, offering a nursing center, skilled memory unit, assisted living, and independent living, and short-term rehabilitation.
And following, we have the Flower Man, and they are an awesome sponsor because not only do they support the festival, but they're an in-kind supporter from the Grand Marshal's reception. Made absolutely gorgeous floral arrangements for the Grand Marshal's reception last evening.
If you look around any business in town, you'll usually find a flower with the Flower Man's card on it.
Super supportive and super friendly. So, and they're over on West Park, so you can stop by and see them. Oh, and look at the beautiful arrangement on the front of their truck.
And if you can't find them at the shop, you can always find them at the Starbucks on South Main Street.
Oh, is that right?
Every morning we see the Flower Man. And as
this is a
with
cool
every
Mustang.
year, the Udine 1968 Mustang. Udine, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they are the original owners of this Gulfstream Aqua Beauty. So they pass it down from generation to generation. That's kind of a cool thing to get.
Yes, it is. It's here every year.
Oh, and one thing that we were remiss and we see them giving out is Flower Man always gives out roses to all the folks in the audience and our parade goers. So that's a nice little perk you get.
Oh, this is Palm Beach Tan. I was reading her shirt, PBT. Palm Beach Tan.
Followed by another supporter of the festival, Bethany Village. This is their 70th anniversary in 2016, so they're 72 years old this year. Bethany Village is sponsored by Graceworks Lutheran Services, which is celebrating 90 years of service. So we got a lot of numbers there.
Yes, we do. I think the short answer is they've been here a long time.
Yes.
And one of our sponsors, the Centerville Insurance, for 45 years. Centerville Insurance has been serving the Centerville and surrounding communities. Family owned and operated. Proud sponsor of Americana Parade. Here comes the Stilt Walkers.
And they really
who I guess
add a lot.
I really didn't need to introduce.
Yeah.
I think everybody might have figured it out. And another fantastic group, Bog Ministries, puts on mobile food pantries throughout Dayton. One being Centerville.
And then we see one of our co-workers' kids. We see Dom Gottman and Kristen Gottman's husband, Nate. He's one of the coaches, and they're all having a good time.
Centerville Hustle, the largest youth basketball club in Southwest Ohio, with over 800 boys and girls, grades 1 through 12.
I don't know that I could bounce a ball all the way down Franklin Street.
I bet you could.
I guess it would be a dream.
I bet you could do it. I have confidence.
Well, thank you. Here comes the frickin' chicken.
Frickers, an Americana sponsor, is your home run for fun, food, sports, and spirits.
Hey, here's a good thing. On Thursday meal deals, feed kids 10 and under for free all day, every day. So that's a nice bonus. So we can't say we're hot because I'm sure Mr. Chicken there is feeling it a little bit, right?
Yes, he is. I'm sure he is. And not far behind them is the Dayton Stealth, Dayton Hockey Association, providing programs for youth hockey players ages 4 through 18.
And hockey just continues to grow in popularity, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Check them out at DaytonStealth.com.
And as always, you've got the kids, but then you've got the parents. So we always support the parents' dedication because the kids can't do it without parents getting them to and from and paying for those lessons and practices and all the sports and activity fees. So
the lessons, the equipment, the new equipment as they grow.
Yes.
I might know a little bit about that.
And kids do that, don't they?
Yes, they do.
You can't just buy them one pair of shoes.
And here comes Dayton Ultimate Disc Frisbee.
And we've got, of course, that Frisbee golf course at Stubbs Park.
Disc golf.
I'm sorry, disc golf.
I don't want you to misspeak.
I don't want Mark Yandick to get after me either.
Yes, Mark will come get us if we call it Frisbee. We do have the disc golf course located at Stubbs Park. And with my office right there, I see people playing all the time.
Hey, the UD Horizons band, right? They sound great.
New Horizons, the band, provides musical education, training, and performance opportunities for persons aged 50 and older. And one of our sponsors, Marion's Pizza.
Sponsor of one of the Americana scholarships as well.
Do you think we could get the sponsor to bring us some pizza? I'm getting longer.
I would take a little bit of water at this point.
Great Clips. In need of a haircut? Visit Great Clips. Walk right in. I recommend the online check-in. You don't wait as long.
Yes, that makes it convenient and easy. There's Casano celebrating its 65th 5th anniversary, of course, it's the Pizza King, another nice sponsor. 63 years of great pizza.
Serving the community since 1953.
Oh, I almost thought they were giving away pizza there. And here comes our good friends of Cub Scouts 116, sponsored by Weller Elementary School. And they were established in 1947 with over 60 scouts, making it one of the larger packs in the area.
And they've got themselves a float made there. It's clever use of the Christmas tree in July.
Christmas in July. Yeah. And boy, they are large. And then, of course, there's Boy Scout Troop 116, which comes out of Centerville Community Church. They were just recognized at the Centerville City Council meeting. And I think they have quite a few Eagle Scouts or Scouts that attain the Eagle ranking through that troop as well. So congratulations to all of them.
And
real quick, do you know when School Bus Safety Week is?
October 22nd through the 26th.
Oh, you're good.
I stay up on all those things, Maureen.
I know.
Just ask me. My head is full of superfluous
You probably
knowledge.
know all the rules without having to look at them as well. You know, we should talk about George Sontag real quickly. He retired after I don't know how many years of service.
Well, he retired and then he came back and then stayed even longer than he did before he retired, I
I think he's got an incredible career. And I know the whole Centerville community, all of us who have kids who have been transported on Centerville schools buses.
I think so many people don't realize all of the work that goes into the transportation and the numbers
logistics
of buses
and getting those kids picked up.
and the maintenance and the drivers. If anyone's ever driven by the transportation facility on Sheehan Road, there are hundreds,
it's massive.
over 100 buses. And we entrust them to get all our children to school safely. And they do a fantastic job.
Right. All the bus drivers are well trained. It's a great organization, and they follow, as you say, they get our kids to and from school. There's not a worry. And shout out and congratulations to George Sontag. I think this is the final retirement for him.
I would hope so. I think he's earned it.
He's earned it. He's put in lots of good
Here
years of
comes
service.
the Washington Township Rec Center Sharks. A year-round USA swimming competitive swim team for all ages. And they train at the Washington Township Rec Center.
Kind of jamming to that.
Yeah,
whatever
they got themselves a cadence there.
They got to keep motivated for that long
Yes,
walk.
they do.
They've probably been waiting for an hour just for the parade to step off for them. So, hey, here comes our good friends. Miami Valley Communications Council. We have Charles
Do we know
and Tom
them?
here. Yeah, who have been outstanding volunteers.
They always
part of my
make
script
us
won't
look
go anywhere.
good. We sound good, or at least they tell us we do.
Yeah. And have everything set up that we just have to roll right in and start. But really, this is a great organization. If you're interested in learning more about video production, editing, you can visit mvcc.net for more information.
We certainly wouldn't be able to provide this to those folks that have to stay at home without their help. So certainly a community asset. Superior Acura of Dayton. Go visit them up there on Loop Road.
We've got some smart ladies sitting here behind us, John, who are in the shade. Have a great view of the parade and are just
Midwestern Leasing showing off this one-of-a-kind truck. The Van Ness family and friends are certainly making lots of smiles today. That is a cool truck.
Oh, that is pretty cool. Hey, here comes our Grand Marshal's Award for floats, and it looks like it's the Washington Centerville Public Library. Of course, big excitement for the library. They're going to be opening Woodburn. We've all been waiting anxiously for that, eagerly for that, and that's going to be on, I believe it's September 23rd. So you can make sure you get down
anxious to see what's behind all the
yeah.
fencing.
It's going to be really cool. So, of course, you can always visit wclibrary.info for more information about the library. And they are featuring, look at that, working, growing, and celebrating and reading together. all the favorite books. I know they're doing the big read. They're doing the book clubs for kids.
And I love the float participants.
Library has a lot of great programs and, of course, resources. Make sure you stop in and check it out.
And
Esther
we
Price?
have Esther Price, one of our sponsors. And the Kettering Civic Band. All volunteer Kettering Civic Band has been in existence since 1959 under the direction of David Keener. Anyone with previous band experience is welcome to join.
You know, that can't be easy either when you're that hot.
Yes.
To play so energetically.
Community EMS, a nonprofit private response agency that deploys into Ohio, Michigan, and Illinois and employs over 2,000 personnel. And right behind them is the Girl Scouts of Western Ohio. As the best-known leadership for girls, Girl Scouts of Western Ohio service units believes in the power of every girl. Go-getters, innovators, risk-takers, and leaders to change the world. Girl power. I love it.
Well, and I love all their badges for every feat that they've achieved, all the activities that they've earned. So good for them.
CUSA, Centerville United Soccer Association.
Since 1971, they've premier program in our area. Soccer continues to grow in popularity. You just cannot find enough fields for all these soccer players. Uh-oh. Now this is what I'm going to call a cool... What is that? What kind of car is that?
That's a Tesla.
Oh, I
That
see
is
the
a
T
Tesla
now, yeah.
with the gull wing doors, they call them. And
Now that's a sweet ride.
right behind that, your yellow Corvette.
And I guess all part of the CUSA program, so.
And the Humane Society.
Or football.
The Humane Society of Greater Dayton, the largest independent no-kill animal shelter with a history that dates back to 1902. And you can win that car. Call the Humane Society and find out how.
Wow. And of course, this is a good reminder, too, to watch your neighbors, if you know, in this heat. Watch your pets. Make sure that everyone is staying well hydrated and taking all the appropriate safety precautions.
And the Humane Agent.
We've got the Dwyer School of Irish Dance coming down, doing their reels and jigs, and it looks like they're doing some threes there. Looks like it might be a jig. I'll have to take a closer look at that. This is Kathleen Dwyer's school, and Sean Dwyer placed 5th in the world, folks. That's pretty awesome. Irish dancing competitions. Irish dancing has taken off worldwide. Still smiling, still pointing their toes, and still keeping their feet up. Good for them.
The Perfect Paver Company. Paver restoration experts serving the greater Dayton area. It looks like they might be cooling the crowd off a little bit there.
Oh, I hope it comes our way. There's the TRSS drum corps, the return of Scoom Sound. Why do we love it? Why do we do it? Because we love it. The crowd loves it too.
The return of Scoom Sound. Why do we do it? Because we love it. TRSS drum corps.
By Epiphany Lutheran Church, and I just think that That float is so gorgeous. That looks like Brady Crest.
It does.
That is lovely. Epiphany Church, we love Jesus by serving others. And that is a gorgeous flower basket. They must be promoting, they always have a summer show. I don't know what it is, but they're putting flyers out to folks, so you can certainly get on their website
Looks
and
like
find out more about it.
92.9 Jack FM.
Big sponsor, Danielle Dowler, who has been awesome to work with over the past 11 years. She takes care of our Grand Marshal reception emceeing duties as well as our fireworks emceeing. So thank you to Jack, 92.9.
Southview Medical Center, keeping history alive by honoring old-fashioned nurses.
Another
tending
birthday
to our
cake.
armed servicemen. And here comes the Randall residents of Centerville. We're all anxiously awaiting that.
Yes. That's
You
been a
haven't
long
been
time
by?
coming, right?
They're starting to put some of the buildings under
Uh-huh.
roof, so the buildings look like twice as big now.
You can
Sheehan Road at Social Row.
Sheehan and Social. So keep checking out the progress there, and I think, yeah, a lot of progress has been made this spring and summer. And there's our pooper scoopers. They are following just little horses, or look at that. I don't know.
I love the little buggy.
Yeah. And there's our
There's some more of our freshman
helpers,
football
yes.
players.
Hey, here's the float to end all floats. That's a wow.
And there's our 50 years as a city, incorporated in 1968. Working together, growing together, and celebrating together. Right behind them is Ravelin's Roofing, one of our sponsors.
That's got to be the coolest float that I've seen today. That's awesome. I got to give a shout out to Doug Spittler and Ben Ankney and Jeff Moody and Jeremy Shull and everybody else in Centerville Public Works, because they put a lot of time and effort into that.
The Greater Dayton Corvette Club, they always bring their army of fast cars out here to show off.
We could take a spin.
You think I could go and commandeer
Yeah.
one like they do in the movies?
Why not?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, I have to.
I'm
I'm
with
a
law
police officer.
enforcement.
That's
I'm
right.
going
I
to
need
need
your
to commandeer
car.
your vehicle for the next half hour. Does it have a full tank of gas?
These are some really nice looking cars, and
Beautiful.
of course they only bring them out when the weather is nice, and
Yes.
I would say the sun is shining, but man, it's a hot one. It looks like that, I'm going to call it that ruby red color, seems to be very popular, that
Yes.
maroonish color.
I mean, who doesn't want a red Corvette? Or a yellow one, or a black one, or a
Hey,
gray
that's
one.
Prince, right?
Yes, it is.
With their red Corvette. I totally agree. And it looks like
Beautiful
they have
machines,
several
American
units.
classics.
I wonder how many of these cars will be on display later on at the car show.
I would say at least a few of them,
Yeah.
especially the older, the historical.
Some of the things that you can do today is following the parade. Of course, we kicked off with the 5K run this morning. We've got food vendors and arts and crafts vendors all the way from Maine and Franklin. They go all the way north to Incarnation. So you've got a car show. You can go into Benham's Grove for entertainment and vendors. We've got the Food Truck Alley, which is on Iron Gate Park Drive. Burke Orthodontics, Route Song has entertainment, Centerville Service Station. We appreciate the support of all of the downtown merchants who understand that this is one big festival and people are going to be down here.
I always say you're not from Centerville if you don't know what happens on the 4th of July.
Yeah. What's that thing called? And we had a huge crowd last night at the fireworks. First time we've gone on July 3rd, and people really enjoyed it. The rain off and on, but finally got away for us so that we could shoot off the fireworks and have some great entertainment.
Drive Electric Ohio, Pure Electric Dayton. Now this is certainly a new entry. I don't remember ever having the electric vehicles.
Centerville has 2 electric vehicle charging stations. One, of course, is at our city building, 100 West Spring Valley Road, and we've got one right here downtown, and those are free. So if you need a charge, stop by. So we went from Corvettes to the electrical cars, and now we've got historic truck there, right?
1953 Chevy pickup truck. Tim Harness in his 1953 Chevy 3100. So,
wow. We are live with the 2018 Centerville, Washington Township Americana Festival. I'm Maureen Russell Hodgson.
And I'm John Davis with the Centerville Police Department.
And we are having a great time today. We're glad you could join us. It's pretty steamy and hot, but away
it's a
we're
little
going to
warm,
go.
but everybody's here and everybody's enjoying it.
Yeah, we're having a great time, and probably we're almost wrapping up the parade, but glad you could be with us, and we are very happy to be celebrating this day. Thankful that we could celebrate Independence Day here in Centerville, Ohio. We are right at Main and Franklin Streets.
Just so we know, we just had the Centerville Noon Optimists go by, and now we have audio, etc.
Hey, and they're also celebrating their 50th anniversary, just like the city is. So
yeah.
It's one of the largest optimist clubs, I believe, in the country.
And not far behind audio, etc., is RTA, the Regional Transit Authority.
And they're even operating today. I know it's on a Sunday schedule, but we certainly are glad to have public transportation available for everybody who wants to come down to Centerville or get around anywhere.
And right behind the RTA has become a crowd favorite, the Muddy Buddies Jeep and Wrangler Club.
The largest Jeep Wrangler only club on the East Coast with 300 members. I could have asked you, how many members do you think, John?
I could have given you an answer. Thanks to a script in front of me.
Yes. As we go
I love
through.
I love how they deck them out. I certainly appreciate the thin blue line flag on that.
Now, my son really wanted to enter his car into the car show. He has a 2004 Kia Elantra that's probably, he's the third owner of it. And he thought better of that after.
He didn't think so? He didn't? Yeah, I would have done it.
Yeah. Oh, he was ready to.
He would have had plenty of people come up and look.
Yeah.
Ask him questions why.
Where'd you get that thing?
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I love about the parade is we're sitting here at Main and Franklin, but we see so many people that we don't get to see typically, and so it's fun to run into familiar faces, some old faces that we haven't seen for a while. So I also have to apologize that we can't shout out to everybody, but we like to say hi and appreciate you coming up and saying hi to us.
The Jeeps keep rolling here.
They just keep
As I like to say, it's a Jeep
along.
thing.
Oh, yes. And, of course, we have a Jeep dealership here in Centerville. It's one of only 2 in the United States, and it's the only one that's east of the Mississippi. So that's another claim to fame. And you can see folks are really excited about the street fair and kind of heading up on Main Street, ready to do some shopping, maybe buy a little bite to eat. But the parade is still going on. We got at least a handful of units left. You know, we wondered, will the heat affect our attendance? I'm going to say a big no.
I don't think so. Not from what I can tell. The Centerville Rotary Club, comprised of a caring group of people who meet the needs of our local and global community.
And they're also spraying a little bit of water, kind of
Is that Lee
cooling
driving
folks down.
his
Yes.
vintage fire truck? Certainly the water cannons are a hit this year.
Yeah, and here comes, well, we just missed Montgomery County Environmental Services. We have Kirby the Cardinal just passed by. Of course, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Those are the 3 R's.
A 16-foot replica of a recycle bin and its contents. It was constructed with 85% recycled material.
Oh, what we saw before, I think, were the Chesapeake Stables, those 2 miniature horses. So we didn't.
And the bowling law group. Right behind them, we have the Chesapeake Stables. 2 miniature horses and a standard breed retired harness racehorse. And the children are members of the 4-H. I see the miniature horses now.
Yeah. I didn't know if, oh, aren't those adorable? Well, we heard earlier on the radio, can we get some water for the horses? And someone said horses can drink out of a little bottle of water. I don't know how that happens, but. So it looks like we're starting to wrap up a little bit at tail end of the parade. Again, we want to invite everybody to come to the festival. We will have all kinds of activities, food, vendors until 5 o'clock, and then 5 o'clock the street is full of merchants leaving, and then 6 o'clock, boy, our police and public works do just a yeoman's effort and get the street open again at 6 o'clock.
And like I said, by the time it's over, it's like it never happened.
It was just
Here
a
come
dream.
the freshman football players trying to catch up with the horses.
Yeah. They've done an awesome job. Go get them, guys. And you know what? Some of those guys look familiar, and I think they were part. I don't even know if they're all freshmen because they helped set up the PTO, did Best Seats in the House last night at the stadium, and I think a lot of football players helped get that set up as well. So we'll see what we have coming next. Must be.
I saw them on the list. I was wondering where they were. Always
people love to see. Darth Vader is always
favorite.
A big hit, right? And I know there's a new movie that just came out, but I can't remember which.
Solo.
Okay, thank you.
I
just
can't believe
never,
you haven't seen it yet.
For whatever reason, I just did not get into the.
You're certainly not a product of the 80s if you haven't gone and seen it.
Well, I remember like the first couple, and then it just.
The Ohio garrison of the 501st Legion aims to celebrate the Star Wars movies through the wearing of costumes, and most importantly, to contribute to the local community through charity and volunteering. And their uniforms, I will call them, are very intricate. I can't imagine what they cost.
Because they are authentic.
Yes.
This is not something that they're whipping up in their sewing room. I mean, those are really awesome looking costumes.
There's
or uniforms should be called.
Obi-Wan.
Okay, and then the green character is.
Now, I have to say I've never seen a Ford truck in any of the movies, but that looks good. I like it.
This is something that you and I always remind people every year. Ice and snow, take it slow. We aren't thinking about it right now, but it'll be here before we know it.
And the Ohio Department of Transportation, ice and snow, take it slow. Give those plows room. Let them do their job. And here comes the replica Wright B Flyer, the half-scale model of the Wright Brothers Model B Flyer and their staff car.
Okay, it looks like bringing up the rear here is the Wright B Flyer.
And I don't know what's behind the Wright B Flyer.
So we hope everyone enjoyed the 2018 Centerville Washington Township Americana Parade. We thank all of our good folks at the Miami Valley Communications Council. And we hope that for more information about the city, visit us at centervilleohio.gov.
Yeah, come out and join us. We've got a lot more to do.